What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Halving Report podcast with myself, your host, Brad Mines. The next halving will occur in approximately 600 days, and the price of Bitcoin is at a mere $19,000 as interest rates continue to rise and markets continue to crumble. Today, we get to speak to Canada's best cryptocurrency exchange's Senior Vice President of Marketing, Bitbuy's own Charlie Aikenhead. Bitbuy is an official partner of the show and is our #1 crypto destination recommendation for new Canadians who are crypto curious. The time is now, my friends. Go to bitbuy.ca/halving for a free $20 in Canadian fiat after depositing your first $250, which can be used to purchase many different types of cryptocurrency. So quick and easily at bitbuy.ca/halving. Everybody welcome Charlie Aikenhead to the show. Charlie, welcome to the Halving Report podcast. Thanks for coming on the show today. Really appreciate your time.
Brad, thanks so much for having me. It's been a long time coming. Definitely have been. I remember your podcast coming out before the first halving, that when I was working in the industry, which was obviously a few years ago. And so a long time coming. Happy to be here.
Sweet, man. I appreciate you recognizing and, saying that for me. So, Charlie, you've become the Senior Vice President of Marketing. You're the guy behind Bitbuy Socials. So I was wondering if you can give us a background for yourself, maybe where you're from and maybe some significant moments in your life before Bitbuy and cryptocurrency.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm from Toronto, grew up in kind of the Midtown area here. Previously to getting into crypto, I was in advertising sales. So I had worked at a couple spots like CBC. I ended up at Yahoo, obviously, the old internet giant Yahoo. And I worked there in sales for a number of years. And I met two guys, one of them, Jordan Anderson and Adam, who had actually, they were interested in crypto, and we were always talking about crypto at lunch. And then I found a way to end up working with them a few years later when they had started Bitbuy and kind of were taking it full time. It kind of started off as a side project, but ended up being a full-time project, in around 2015, 2016 when crypto was kind of taking off. So I ended up jumping over in very early 2018 and I've been there ever since. So actually 4.5, almost 5 years, long time in crypto. That's a damn lifetime in crypto if you ask anybody, but it's been awesome. And yeah, right now, I'm the Senior Vice President of Marketing at WonderFi, and that also covers Bitbuy, which is the brand obviously I started with, as well as Coinberry, which is another crypto exchange based here in Canada that was acquired by WonderFi.
Yeah, so talking about the acquisitions by WonderFi, they continue to buy up these Canadian companies. Is consolidation good for crypto in Canada, or what are your thoughts around that?
I mean, I absolutely think it is. I think just the way it's been set up with, the regulators and how they want the industry to kind of operate, which I agree with is in the best interest of the consumers, the investors. I think that, consolidation has made a lot of sense, and bringing two great companies like Coinberry and Bitbuy together, there's definitely a lot of synergies there. We did have very similar products, but, we're coming together right now as a team, and we have been for about the last 4 to 5 months. And, there's just been so much learning from the other side of things and how they do things and how we can do things differently. And, both brands are still kind of operating on their own with separate staff and, a little bit of crossover. But I think the consolidation's been great. I think it's made us a stronger company overall, and obviously more of a market share here in Canada. And I think it's something that we're probably going to continue to do.
Yeah, it certainly looks that way. It seems like you guys, that's the direction that WonderFi is going. So you said it's been 4 or 5 months. The acquisition happened in March, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So for Bitbuy specifically, that acquisition closed in March, and then Coinberry closed I think it actually closed in July, so just a few months later. So it's been great. It's been fast moving, a lot of people coming together. WonderFi was originally based in Vancouver, so there's been that getting to know people over Zoom. We also have a big office in Toronto. A lot of people are coming in. Coinberry people are coming in. So we're all kind of spending the time to come together as a big family right now, and really excited about some of the stuff we're working on. Can't talk about too much, but it's definitely going to be an exciting, next 6 months in terms of the innovation that's going to be coming out from us. And it's going to be really cool. Despite the bear market, there's still a lot of building going on. So we're really excited about it for sure.
No, I know you guys are kind of just getting acquainted with one another, but what changes, if any, have occurred since the acquisition of BitBuy?
Yeah, I mean, well, WonderFi was really, a DeFi focused company. So they had a great DeFi product that they had built. They were able to raise some money. They had some great investors like Kevin O'Leary who are kind of, taking that story out. And then, when the regulations kind of came through here in Canada, obviously they're a Canadian-based company, and they saw it happen. They saw how valuable, these centralized crypto licenses could be, whereas, you're the only people in the country that can, be a fiat on and off ramp for all crypto users. And that's obviously super powerful. And I think, they saw that and they said, we want to get involved in that. And thankfully, we were able to get together and make a partnership happen. And really, it's just been bringing together, those two different worlds of decentralized crypto and centralized regulated crypto. Obviously, there's benefits to both. And it's been great to kind of come together and kind of build a, full-fledged, rounded out crypto company.
So you mentioned Kevin O'Leary. If I'm not mistaken, I saw you and a couple of the other guys from BitBuy in a commercial recently on your guys' YouTube channel with Kevin, and he's a pretty big celebrity. What's it like working alongside Kevin O'Leary?
I gotta be honest, he's awesome. Prior to getting to know him, obviously he has this big persona on TV of, being the dragon, being the shark. But he's a really good, down to earth guy. He's super smart. He's obviously got a huge personality, and it really has taken him quite far in his business career. But it was just been really interesting to talk to him and get his views on crypto. He's a guy that's been around a long time. He's seen these other new innovations come and go. Is really passionate about crypto, and he started off as a hater. He started off as a huge crypto hater, and he turned the corner and he loves it. And he's just, I was talking to him about different chains and Bitcoin and how he feels about altcoins and everything, and he's got a lot of really interesting takes. And I love watching him on TV talk about crypto, and then have those kind of side one-on-one conversations with him as well. I haven't worked with him too much, but I've definitely been with him a few times, and overall he's a great guy. And I love what he brings to the company for sure.
Yeah, that's super cool. I definitely remember all the crypto hate Kevin O'Leary used to put out there, and watching Anthony Pompliano debate Kevin on CNBC or whatever mainstream channel there was going on for business news. Quite the turn of opinions there from Kevin. And I can respect that when people pivot like that and say, I was wrong at the time, and I'm all in now. And there's some folks that just never do that. So respect to Kevin. I've always enjoyed watching him, and very, very cool to see him pivot like this and help bring forth adoption in Canada for Canadians. How has BitBuy adapted since the crash? And we're seeing continuing interest rates. How is this affecting your business? Are people still buying lots of crypto?
Yeah, so I mean, we've definitely we've seen a change. Market trading volumes are down. There's no denying that. You can follow all of our trading volume on CoinMarketCap, CoinGecko, etc. It's the same as every other exchange. We've seen volumes go down, but you're still seeing, that consistent. The believers are still very active. They're still trading. There's still a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes. I'd say it's gotten us to rethink a little bit about what we want to be. Do we just want to be a trading platform? There's so much other things that you could do with your crypto than just trading. Do we want to get into NFTs? Do we want to get into DeFi? Is there something we can do that's not exactly in crypto but crypto adjacent? We're definitely trying to kind of build up our product offerings during this kind of quieter time because during a bull market, during like a raging crazy bull market, everybody's just so busy on just making sure that we're executing what people want. And during this past bull market, it was just we want to make sure our products are working perfectly. People are buying crypto, they're getting it out, they're taking it into their wallets, they're doing whatever they need to do with it. So everyone, the dev teams just really focused on making sure our core services are up and running. Now
Mhm.
that it's a little bit slower, there's time for that innovation, there's time to build and really prepare for the future, because we're obviously still very bullish on the entire space, and we know that the industry is going to continue to evolve, and there's going to be more demand that's going to come. So we're really taking this opportunity to take a step back and just build some really cool stuff that I think is going to really impress some people.
Yeah, for sure. These are definitely the times to step back and build while things are a little bit more quiet. And something I've be came to appreciate being in crypto this many years. Where do you see us in the macro market environment right now? And do you think that the crypto market will rally against the next Bitcoin halving?
I mean, it's hard to deny that the halving, I'm on the halving report, so I got to talk up the halving, right? Like, it's hard to deny that the halving does not have a positive effect on market cycles, because it's happened what 3 or 4 times already, and there's been a big run up after. So it is hard to deny that obviously there's an effect. It's tough to say with the macroeconomic conditions. There's so much going on in the world, war and oil, and there's so many different things that can affect crypto. So I don't want to make too many predictions on when the market will turn around, but I definitely know that there's just so much going on behind the scenes in crypto that it's not going anywhere. So anybody that thinks that this was the last cycle and it's going to leave the mainstream and it's gone forever, like I simply don't think that that's going to happen. I just think the industry's too big now. There's too much going on behind the scenes. It's just a better way of doing things. A lot of crypto innovation. You look at sending money internationally, you look at trading stocks on chain. It's just things that are done better with kind of the crypto technology that's just going to continue to evolve. So, I don't have much of a prediction on when it will turn around, but I just know that we're gonna get to better places for sure.
And what are your thoughts around the recent Ethereum merge and proof of stake?
Yeah, I thought that was really interesting. Just, all the hype and all the worry, is it going to be contentious? Is it going to be a disaster for Ethereum? There was a lot of hype, and then it just kind of went off without a hitch. And I thought that was, I thought that was cool because it proved that, the people that are working on Ethereum, um, they're following the plan that they laid out. So I think that's cool. They put out the plan. They say, this is what we're gonna do. It happened. The network didn't break. I thought it was a little bit uneventful in terms of the price. Obviously, it goes up, it goes down. You don't really know, what's a catalyst, what's not a catalyst. But I thought it was interesting, and you know, I do actually think that, proof of stake, just personal opinion, nothing to do with BitBuy or WonderFi. I'm not trying to get controversial, but I do think proof of stake has a place in, the crypto sphere. I know a lot of people are diehard proof of work. Bitcoin's obviously proof of work. All the Bitcoin maximalists will tell you proof of work is the only way. But I do see value in a proof of stake system. So, I think it's cool that it all went off smoothly.
For sure. And just diving a little bit into politics in Canada and surrounding crypto. We've just recently seen Pierre Poilievre selected as the new conservative federal party leader. In the past, he's touted Bitcoin and crypto in the past. Recently, Trudeau's come out and said that it was irresponsible for him to tell people to opt out of inflation by investing in volatile cryptocurrencies. Where do you personally, or does BitBuy have a stance on the comments around Bitcoin and crypto being made by Pierre?
Yeah, I think he's definitely an interesting candidate. He definitely does things a different way. When I first kind of saw him on the map, it was actually about his comments of crypto. I don't follow the Canadian political landscape too closely. I probably should a little bit closer, but I definitely follow the crypto landscape. So when somebody comes across and is talking about crypto in my home country, I'm definitely going to listen. So that's how he kind of came across my plate the first time. And I think he's definitely, a pro crypto politician. I always think should, at least be listened to. And as far as Trudeau's comments, you know, he said a lot of stupid things. So, it is what it is. And I'm not gonna, think too hardly about that. But yeah, I think Pierre's definitely interesting. Something I'm gonna be watching as the political cycle goes. Is it just me, or do we have an election in Canada like every 6 months, it feels like? Like I swear we just voted like 6 months ago, and now this guy's
Yeah.
coming up. Like it's such a rapid cycle compared to the US. I don't know how we put up with it,
Well,
but we seem to.
yeah, just to explain that a little bit. So our next federal election isn't scheduled until
Yeah.
2025, but now that people are already talking about it just because recently he'd become the leader. But some people are saying that Trudeau may call a snap election now and try to effort to win a majority. So I guess we'll see what happens. But you're right; it does seem like we have
Yeah.
elections a lot more often.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll see what happens. It's definitely interesting.
Do you have a favorite cryptocurrency?
Um, you know, I'll tell you in a bear market, it's always Bitcoin. I just love, there's just so much that goes behind Bitcoin. It's obviously, I think it's the most fundamentally sound crypto. I think about a lot about what Jack Dorsey says when he talks about crypto and Bitcoin, and it is the one true fully decentralized with an anonymous founder. Like you couldn't have set it up any more perfect than the way Bitcoin was set up. Deflationary 21 million, these are all things that really brought me into thinking about crypto more and being interested in it more, were kind of these key fundamentals around Bitcoin. That being said, am I a Bitcoin maximalist? No, I do like to follow the other parts of the ecosystem. I thought, the Solana ecosystem was really cool for a long time. I was really following it quite closely in the last bull run. Obviously, Solana's had its issues with its network going down and, reliability and possibly being over centralized, which is, I think, not a great thing. So there's definitely some detraction in, my Solana takes, but I'd say those are the two that, Bitcoin is head and shoulders above everything else in terms of what I'm interested in and my favorite. But, I definitely follow the entire ecosystem.
Yeah, I can definitely relate with you there. I'm certainly, I've mentioned it before on my podcast that, I allocate mostly to Bitcoin, right? I'm just want to be financially conservative in that way. I've been on the other side of the spectrum, being over diversified when I first got in, and that obviously doesn't work out too well. And a lot of people, learn that lesson the hard way in this wild space, right? So I can
Yeah.
definitely relate with you there.
So you had Brad Mills on one time, right?
That's right.
Yeah, so I can't remember what I saw him on, but he said something really interesting. He said, Bitcoin's my favorite, but do I play around with other crypto in order to print more Satoshis? Yes. So he's basically saying like, that's I'm probably butchering exactly what he said, but he more or less said, Bitcoin is his number one. He's a Bitcoin maximalist, but he dabbles in the other way because he sees it as a way of him earning more Bitcoin, which I thought was really cool. I don't know, just some quote that I'm sure I'm butchering, but it's always kind of stuck with me of like maybe a little bit of how I see crypto too sometimes, but yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean, a lot of people on the who I've talked to have said the same thing. And, at the end of the day, their balance is in Bitcoin. And
Yeah.
that's the ultimate goal, is to acquire more Bitcoin. So, I mean, I definitely take that stance too, where, non-financial, financial advice that you're giving to people about cryptocurrency, buy Bitcoin, right? Like, I'm not going to go out there and say, buy all these altcoins, right? It's just, I would think is be a little bit irresponsible of me to do, right? So Um, you were giving me a little bit of a background with that badass Bitbuy hat you were wearing on the pre-roll. I was wondering if you could let us know again.
Yeah, so this is a sick hat. This is a Devlin Defrancesco. So you can't really see the logo here, but he is a IndyCar racer that we had a little sponsorship with this year, and we got some custom hats. So he races for Andretti Motorsport. So you can see the Andretti Motorsport logo there too. And yeah, we've sponsored a few different athletes in our marketing campaigns, most notably being Kyle Lowry, former Toronto Raptor, NBA champion. We did some really great, successful commercials with him. And we kind of continued that with Devlin, and it's been a great partnership. And I think it's cool. There's a huge overlap with sports and crypto. A lot of the same fans, a lot of the athletes are really into crypto. Devlin is actually super cool. He was the first racer to be paid in crypto, and he actually chose to get his Toronto Indy salary or earnings paid to him in Ethereum. So we facilitated that for him. So I thought that was cool. You're seeing these young athletes coming up, being sponsored by crypto companies, but also believing fundamentally in crypto and being paid in crypto. Like, how cool is that? Like, I think that's super legit. So yeah, we were pumped to partner with him.
Yeah, definitely. And anytime you can get someone, people with a following too, to kind of spread the good gospel of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies and everything that it offers, right? That's always a really great thing.
Yeah.
I know you already said that you can't say too much, but I'm going to ask anyway. What can we expect for the future for BitBuy, WonderFi? Can you give us any insight or clues to what BitBuy might have in store for us next?
So I'll tell you, on the marketing side, we signed a huge new partnership that we're really excited to announce. We're actually going to announce it in the next couple weeks. So, similar to what I was just talking about, athlete crypto, I'll drop that little clue. So, we're really excited for that. And as part of that new partnership, we just filmed some great commercials and content that are going to be on in the fall. And um, in terms of the product, we're definitely we announced that we're going to be launching staking soon for Ethereum and Solana and probably a couple coins. We're just waiting to get that over the line with the regulators, and then we're going to have staking available. Obviously it's something that's been available on a lot of non-regulated exchanges, but it is exciting that we're going to be able to bring it to Canada in a regulated fashion so that it's above board and you're not, breaking any rules. So we're excited for that. And also, we're looking at some other cool stuff in the financial investing space, maybe not necessarily directly in crypto. Can't say too much more than that, but it's something that we're definitely looking at. And also, what else? There's a couple other things. There's some big partnerships that we're about to announce too. So, partnerships with other companies that want to get into crypto, and they're working with BitBuy and WonderFi to facilitate them getting into crypto. So that's going to be a trend that I think we're going to see is, these other companies are going to say, okay, we've been on the sidelines when it comes to crypto. We want to integrate crypto into our products. Let's go with a brand that we know we can trust that's built a great product already and just integrate that directly into what we're doing. So I think you're going to see a lot of that from us and then also a couple other companies.
Really great to hear all that. There's always so much news coming out of your guys' company. Uh, Charlie, I'm going to ask you, what else do you like to do outside of Bitcoin and cryptocurrency?
I'm a big sports fan, so that's why I'm sounding a little hoarse. I was at a NFL football game last night, so just kind of recovering from that. Big football fan. Obviously, the season's getting underway. Um, and yeah, I play golf in the summer, do some other things. I love the tech space as well. I really try to follow the tech space as closely as I can, and if there's some new gadget coming out, chances are I bought it or I'm thinking about buying it. Like, I got an Oculus I'm looking at over here. I haven't really used in a while, but stuff like that. You got yours there? Yeah.
Hell yeah, brother.
Yeah, man. Dude, we should play some games on that one time.
For
Maybe
sure,
I'll
man. Population 1. That's my
Yeah,
go-to game.
is that a fun game?
Oh yeah, it's so the premise is sort of like it's like Fortnite where the zone's kind of closing in on you, but you're in
Oh, that's
squads
cool.
of but you're in squads of 3 and you can anything that's physical you can climb. So there's a lot of shoulder movement and 360 action. It's really fun. Really fun.
That's awesome, man. Yeah. I definitely want to check that out because I gotta update my games. I've been playing can't even remember what it's called, but it's like the slow motion bullet time game.
Super hot VR.
Yeah, super hot VR.
Yes.
I've been playing that. That's really fun. It's annoying that it's linear though. Like I want to save my progress, but every time I fire it up, I have to start from the beginning again. But just reminded me of those like Super Mario days when I was a kid. You got to start from the beginning every time. So it's fun, man. It's fun. I'd love to play with you sometime. Let's do that.
I'm gonna go to closing comments here, Charlie. If there's any final comments, words of wisdom you can give us. If not, just let us know where we can follow you and learn more.
All right. Closing comments. Don't have much, to all the people that are in the crypto space. I would say, we've been here before. We're going to come out of it stronger. It's not all about the price at the end of the day. There's just a lot of exciting stuff going on behind the scenes. Take it from a person who works in the industry. We're not just sitting here twiddling our thumbs. Everybody who works in crypto is working hard and building great products. And, it's definitely a bright future. So I'm really looking forward to it. And Brad, I want to thank you, man. You've always been good to us at BitBuy. You're rocking the shirt. We love that. We love the support. We always see it when you're on Twitter or when you're, talking about us. So we appreciate it. We love people who say great things about us and help us be better. So shout out to you. Halving report, man. I'm glad I finally got a chance to be on because I saw Jordan on it a couple times and definitely it's great to catch up with you.
Definitely, man. I appreciate you doing this, and I everything I say about BitBuy is the truth, man. Like you guys are just so user friendly. You're so quick. I've just great experience with you guys. You're so legit. You have everything's full disclosure. I feel comfortable sending people there. So keep doing what you're doing over at BitBuy. Appreciate your time and coming on to the Halving Report. And I'll be in touch, Charlie.
For sure, Brad. Thanks, man. And we definitely got to play that game soon because that sounds fun. I'm thinking about it already right now.
Dude, pop one at Brad Minds. I'll see you on there. Shoot me a message.
All right, man.
All right, peace.
Thank you, my guy.
Thank you all for listening to the Halving Report podcast. Please like and subscribe to the show. Check out the show notes below. Share it with a friend, and we'll see you back next time.